Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Doggie Diamonds, Doggie Diamonds TV. You on the YouTube channel. Just to keep it 1000 show on YouTube. You already see what the title is. You already see the names. You already see one gotta go in their whole discography. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through each artist. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of each artist and their discography. And then we're going to kick one of them the hell out of here in the end. Now, I know many of you are saying, it's a shoo-in. Get Ja Rule out of here. Ja gotta go. Not so fast. Not so fast. Let's really go through this and comb through this discography. Go through the music. And see who really has to go in the end. And then we'll make our collective decision based off of some facts here. A little bit of an opinion, but some facts. Okay, so let's start. 50 Cent. 50 Cent came into the game with How to Rob. That was like his first introduction to all of us knowing who 50 was. But he had Power of a Dollar. Power of a Dollar was an incredible album. Dope album. Like when you really listen back. And if he had came out around that time, I don't know if he would have had the same momentum as the Get Rich or Die Trying guy. But Power of a Dollar was a dope album. But when you listen back to Power of a Dollar and you listen to 50 Cent, he sounded a lot like Mace on that album. He kind of sounded like Jay-Z a little bit on that album too. So I think that's what led to Banks saying, go ahead and switch your style up. Switch your style up and watch the money pile up. But I still like Power of a Dollar, 50 Cent. I still think it had great records. Were any of them classics? No, but they were good songs. I still like Power of a Dollar. Still listen to it. Now, Get Rich or Die Trying comes. But before Get Rich or Die Trying, those damn mixtapes. Incredible mixtape. Changed the format of how mixtapes were made. Changed the way songs were laid out. Changed the way 50 Cent changed the way mixtapes were being done. It was more than just putting on the beat and rhyming over the beat. No, he was taking the songs and changing the whole song and changing the whole format of the song and putting his old song in there, where everybody started doing that, but 50 Cent is the founder of that. So 50 Cent mixtape, then Get Rich or Die Trying comes. 50 Cent was one of the most anticipated artists ever in history besides Snoop Dogg and AZ. So 50 Cent comes out with Get Rich or Die Trying. And I remember hearing many men. I didn't think Wankster was dope. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You know, a lot of people probably like Wankster. I thought Wankster was corny. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keep it real. I think Wankster was a good record because it was a diss. But overall, I don't listen back to Wankster at all. Don't even like that shit. I don't even listen to that song. You know, I liked Heat. I like Many Men. I like a lot of songs off of Get Rich or Die Trying. But 50 Cent, when we're talking about his discography, he has a lot of records that's incredible. A lot of records that's incredible. I even like the fucking freestyle with him and Jay-Z for the Reebok commercial. I thought that shit was dope. So at one point, 50 Cent couldn't lose because he had like the greatest momentum. He had the greatest record label. He had the machine behind him. Anything Eminem did was selling crazy records. Not saying 50 Cent didn't come. 50 Cent chorus game was no joke at one time. Those choruses was next level choruses. Those hooks was next level hooks. The harmonies. I thought 21 Questions was whack. That's just me personally. I just didn't like that record. I definitely like Nate Dogg on the record, but I thought 21 Questions, that was kind of whack to me. I got it. I know why he did it. It was for the chicks, but it just wasn't for me. I thought PIMP, I didn't like that neither. But overall, when we're talking discography, 50 Cent has a great discography. I think now we look at 50 Cent with the antics, with the Instagram, with the footage, with everything he do, we forget that he made some powerful records. One of my favorite 50 Cent records, it's a few of them, but one of my favorite records is Window Shopper. I just love Window Shopper. Remember when 50 Cent had a run? Window Shopper, Best Friend with Olivia, fire. Best Friend with Olivia. I Don't Know, Officer. Then we also got to realize that he's instrumental in The Game. Without The Game, without 50 Cent, we might not have had The Game, the artist. Then 50 Cent does collaborations with Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Young Buck. Pause. So, the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, fire. The Massacre was cool. G-Unit album, fire. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, Rider. Come on, think about the mixtapes. I done told you, boy, I'm a soldier, boy. Fire. I even like, if you think you lonely now, I like Wait Until Tonight. Fire. So when we playing records from 50 Cent, records was fire. Records was fire. 50 Cent made a lot of fire records. Even remember he made that Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Cream Get the Money. Yo, fire. Many Men is a song that I'll listen to forever. I listen to Many Men forever. I'll never get tired of that song. Shout out to Six Figure Digger for producing that beat. I will never get tired of 50 Cent Many Men. I could listen to that tomorrow. I'm In the Clubbed Out. But In the Club was a big, big, big record sonically. In the Club is probably the most perfect record sonically. And I don't know if many of you know what sonically means, but some of you probably do know what it means. But sonically, that shit is crazy. So that's 50 Cent. The cons of 50 Cent? Well, many people say 50 Cent stole Ja Rule's style. Many people feel lyrically 50 Cent is not that nice. Many people feel like 50 Cent lost to D-Block. Many people feel like 50 Cent lost to Cameron. And I'm being generous with the 50 Cent records because there's way more hits. Many people feel like 50 stole May style. I said that with Power Dollar. I started this with that. But when it comes to throwing his whole discography away, I don't know if we could do it. But we'll come back to that decision later on. So let's move on. So that was 50 Cent. DMX. Darkman X. Get At Me Dog was one of the hardest records ever made in hip-hop history. Shout out to Sheik Luch on the chorus. But Get At Me Dog would just change the landscape of music. Everybody was rich. Everybody was shiny suit, including the locks. Go back to If You Think I'm Jiggy video. Watch the way Jadakiss was dancing around in that video. I was like, what the fuck? I was looking at that shit the other day. I'm like, yo, why is Jadakiss dancing like this? But anyway, DMX. Remember, this is throwing away their whole discography. One of these dudes gotta go. But DMX, Get At Me Dog. Stop Being Greedy. My favorite DMX record, Slippin'. I could listen to Slippin' right now and just get a nice vibe from DMX Slippin'. I love DMX Slippin'. Rock a whole stage by himself, DMX. Nobody, just him. Bad asthma, bad asthmatic. Damn near dying. And still going out there doing his thing, but slipping. I like music that makes me think. I like music that makes me not be in my feelings, but just really, really just be like, damn, life ain't no game. What these bitches want from a nigga, DMX. Where the hood at? DMX, the grand finale with Nas. DMX, Do You, the Ja Rule diss. DMX did something with Eminem. DMX, Money, Cash, Hoes with Jay-Z. Even though Money and Cash is the same shit, I never got that title, Money, Cash, Hoes, Money, Cash, Hoes. I'm like, ain't Money and Cash the same shit? I guess it sounded so good and it flowed so nice they kept it. But if you really think about it, Money and Cash is the same shit. Anyway. DMX. Not that strong lyrically. Not that strong lyrically, but profound enough, rode the beat, and was good enough. Good enough. Stop, drop, roll. That's what I was riders roll. Come on, man. Classic records. DMX could do a whole set by himself. But lyrically, he was okay. He wasn't whack at all. DMX was not whack. But you believed him. He was very believable. Slipping is good enough. The cons of DMX, the drug abuse. I think the problem with DMX is that we forget that DMX was once the person who sold 5 million records off 2 albums in 1 year because of the drug use. I think that what happened with DMX made us look at DMX different because all the outside things that went with DMX had nothing to do with the artist. And then we started judging him like, yo, he's always talking about God, religion, but he smoked crack. But remember, this is not about his personal life. This is about his discography. And does DMX have to go? So that's DMX in a nutshell. But DMX was the last energy that we had of Tupac, even though he's nothing like Tupac. But if you look at the look really quick, the bald head, kind of mixed between Tretch and Tupac. The look, the bald head, the chain on his neck, the energy, the passion, the compassion in his rhymes, the heart, and Slippin'. I'm going to keep going back to Slippin'. I love that record. Love that record. So that's DMX. So I think DMX as an artist uh incredible. But the thing with DMX is I think a lot of his I can't say off the field because off the field would be some sports shit, but out of the booth, DMX really, really overshadowed some of the music. But the music is incredible. So let's keep it moving. That's DMX. Cameron, Killer Cam. Children of the Corn. See, now when we talk about the discography, that means Children of the Corn gotta go. That mean what mean the world to you? Cause money mean the world to me. What mean the world to you is so fucking dope. I love what mean the world to you. I love Let Me Know. Love Let Me Know. I love Suck It or Not. When you think about Cameron, sports, drugs, entertainment, Confessions of Fire. When you think about Cameron, we're talking about a whole movement that was created by this man. Now, when you think about Cameron, the whole Dipset movement was birthed behind this guy. And Mace, let's not forget Mace birthed all that. See, it's funny when you think about Mace, because Mace is 6 degrees of separation because some of the guys on the list, because they said 50 sounded like Mace, and then Mace ended up dealing with 50, and then Mace was with, Cam was with Mace. But anyway, let's keep it moving. When you think about Cameron, you got to think about Down and Out. You got to think about Just Blaze. You got to think about that. You got to think about that. Let's Get Away. You got to think about Oh Boy. And this is later on Cameron, but let's go back. Let's go back. When you think about Cameron, it's so many I really mean it. Somebody just typed I really mean it. When you think about Cameron, it's so, when we think about the discography of Cameron, crazy. Cameron and Vado. So if Cameron gotta go, that means we don't get none of the Cameron and Vado records. That means we don't get the Dipset albums. That means we don't get Joel Santana. That means we don't get Jim Jones. That means we don't get Hell Rell. That means we don't get J.R. Ryder. If Cameron has to go, we lose all of that. What's the cons of Cameron? Well, I think with Cameron, again, a lot of the out of the booth stuff. I think with Cameron, hold up, Welcome to New York City. But it's way more records that's dope from Cameron. Even Curtis. Curtis, fire. Curtis was fire. One thing about Cameron, you diss Cameron, he in that booth in less than 24 hours and coming back with fire for you. That's one thing I give Cam. He wasn't playing. You diss Cameron, you say something about him, he was going right in the booth. That's what I liked about Cameron the most. He was not playing. Right in the motherfucking booth. So, that's the pros of Cameron. The cons. All of the outside of the outside of the booth be the allegedly getting punched in the face by True Life, not doing nothing. To get my pool in the back. Classic. See, Cameron has classic. Cameron. This is the thing about Cameron that kind of solidifies him, right? What solidifies Cameron is that, for one, this guy does so much classic shit. It ain't even got nothing to do with rap. He could just talk and there's some classic shit. Pink, he brought Pink to the game, even though I'm hearing, different people say the Uncasa had a lot to do with that. It was really Uncasa, whatever. But I can't really find too many flaws with Cameron. Honestly. Cameron is Cameron. So we could move on from Cam. Let's go to Ja Rule. Ja Rule. First time I heard Ja Rule was Out for the Fortune by the Cash Money Clique. I thought the song, it was cool. It was just okay. It wasn't that dope. But the kid voice, I was like, yo, this dude has a powerful voice, has a strong voice. Thought it was dope. Then I see this kid on stage with DMX a lot. He's his hype man. Then I see the movie Backstage, and it's this guy that's always with Memphis Bleak. Come to find out, that's Ja Rule. Then a song comes out and it says, holla, holla, if you never get dollar, dollar. I'm like, oh, that shit is alright. I was like, yo, I kind of like this song. Who is this? Shout out to Mike Geronimo. Yes, he did bring Ja Rule out. But I'm like, this Holla Holla song is kind of dope. I'm like, I like this Holla Holla song. Then a lot of records start coming from this kid. Even one of Jay-Z's biggest records. Can I get a what? Then this guy does with Lil Mo some of the biggest records ever. This dude is groundbreaking. This dude is doing music that I never heard, because I just listened. When I wanted to do my research behind all of this, I listened to Ja Rule yesterday. And believe it or not, I was saying this guy got some big ass songs to this day. Bobby Brown. Thug Lovin' with Bobby Brown. Living It Up with Case. I'm Real. J-Lo. Rainy Days with Mary J. Blige. These songs is big. Big songs. Although, when 50 came out, he made us hate this dude. He made us listen to this dude and say, and I Need to Get Away with Christina Milian was fire. It's a song he got with Christina Milian called I Need to Get Away. Fire. So I was listening to Ja Rule music. And I'm like, yo, this dude had joints. Big ass songs. Why did I not like Ja Rule after a while? Did I not like Ja Rule because 50 Cent told me not to like him? Or did I not like Ja Rule because he was corny? Because when you listen to Ja Rule rhyme style, that shit ain't easy to do. When you listen to the lyrics, that shit is hard. When you listen to Clap Back, that shit was hard. When you listen to From New York, that shit was hard. When you listen to Ja Rule and Lil Wayne, that shit was hard. When you listen to DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule, is murder. I dip, squat, and post up with the toast up. Oh my God. When you listen to Is Murder with Ja Rule, DMX, and Jay-Z says, I dip, squat, and post up with the toast up. This Ja Rule kid is nice. This Ja Rule kid, when you listen to his discography, this shit is dope. This kid is dope. This kid could rap. We hate Ja Rule because 50 told us to. He put him on the Summer Jam screen and said, look at this bitch ass nigga with this fucking grease sweater on, and he's singing. And then 50 Cent turned around and did the same shit that he made us hate Ja Rule for. So, he was just bullying Ja Rule. I smell pussy, fire. So, was Ja Rule corny? I don't know. I don't think Ja Rule was corny. Remember that song, if we don't give a fuck, like you throw your motherfucking hands in the air. So without Ja Rule, we don't have no Ashanti. We don't have no Cadillac Ty, which is my homie, so I'm going to be biased. Caddy is the homie. But that two-way pager song that Caddy made, I love that shit. I love that shit. So think about Ja Rule had joints, and I'm missing some. Y'all could put them in the description box later on. Ja Rule had joints. Ja Rule wrote for people. Collab with some of the biggest people. Fire. What's the cons with Ja Rule? Well, the cons with Ja Rule was it might have been too much singing. It might have been the interviews. Y'all want Pac back? Pac is back. Ja Rule, you shouldn't have compared yourself to Tupac. Not a good comparison. We watched 50 Cent bully him, and he tried to ignore him because he thought he was too big of an artist. But 50 Cent was climbing, getting momentum. And instead of them doing street shit and letting Cadillac Ty and Black Child go on the street shit, Ja Rule turned into a street artist right before our eyes. But we was used to him for these anthems. We was used to him for these big records, these big collaborations. And then he tried to make street records. Then DMX was dissing him. Then DMX went with Eminem and 50 and started dissing Ja Rule. Then Ja Rule disappeared. Then Fat Joe and Jadakiss stood with him. So 50 fired on them. So now 50 got beef with Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Jadakiss. And Ja Rule had Fat Joe and Jadakiss standing with him. Then Fat Joe and Jadakiss made up with 50 Cent. And then it seemed like nobody fucks with Ja Rule. But Ja Rule made big records. Big records. Big records. Listen back. Then Murder Inc. got raided. So now the bag that's funding the career, that's funding the music, gets taken away. Then he changed his name to Loki. Why he changed his name to Loki, I have no idea. I was trying to justify it. I was trying to find reason. Why the fuck he changed his name to Loki? Well, maybe he changed his name to Loki because Ja Rule, the name is in contractually. He can't use Ja Rule. But he was calling himself Loki. And I was like, why the fuck you call yourself Loki? That name is trash. Then he didn't make no music for a while. Then he went to prison. Remember, Ja Rule went to prison for a little while. So, then he's back out now. But, when you think about it, Ja Rule is still out there touring right now. I don't know how well his tour is doing. Don't care. He had some scandal with his fucking tour that the people was intense. 50 Cent is still trolling Ja Rule in 2018. They beef is so old that some of the children wasn't even born that seeing what's going on. They had no idea what that beef is about. How it started. So, but musically, Ja Rule got joints. So I guess it's time that I give my prediction of who the hell gotta go. Because one of them gotta go. Now, I want y'all to tell me who y'all think gotta go. And I'm going to tell you who I think gotta go. Because one of them gotta go in their whole discography. So I named a lot of things off outside of the booth. Why we can look at them funny. But when we deal with the music, whose music is forever? So I guess it's time for me to make my decision, right? Let's go. So the one that gotta go out of these four is Ja Rule gotta go. Although he had big records, although he had great records, out of these four individuals, he's the only one that I could live without his music. Even though he made records I loved. He made records I loved. He made big, gigantic records. I can't front on him. He made big, gigantic records. But when I go through these other artists, every one of these other artists made a song that I absolutely love. And I don't know if Ja Rule made any songs that I love. He made songs that I like, but he don't make songs that I love. And I wasn't feeling the rainy days and all of them shits. I wasn't liking Mesmerized. I didn't like all that shit. It was dope. It was big records. It was big songs. But I didn't like it. 50 Cent. He made records that I love. You know what's a sleeper record that 50 Cent made that I like? I loved Out of Control featuring Mobb Deep. I just love that beat. And I like the shit with him and Young Buck. What's the shit where they was dressed up like mob dudes? Damn. 50 Cent and Young Buck. I can't think of the name of the record right now, but shit was dope. Hold on. Yes, hold on. Yo, when that beat starts, hold on. Oh, man. I love Rider Music by 50 Cent. I love Rider Music. Pause. I said Young Buck. Pause. I whip your head, boy. Just think about how many records that 50 Cent made that's incredible that we can't get rid of. We can't get rid of that. Even I Still Kill. 50 Cent, I Still Kill. Fire. With Akon on the hook. Fire. We can't get rid of 50 Cent. In my hood, we can't get rid of 50 Cent. That discography is very, very, very important. I Get Money. DMX. Slipping. Slipping. For that slipping alone, with 50 Cent slipping, he stays. Of course, he got other records. But 50 Cent's slipping, DMX stays because of slipping. He got other gigantic records. Where the hood at? Fire. Cameron. Do I need to say why Cameron stays? Cameron is responsible for and we said the discography. So when we say the discography, that means everything related to this individual go. So we would have no Dipset. We would have no Jim Jones. We would have no Joel Santana. We would have no Hell Rell. We would have no J.R. Ryder. We would have, Cameron stays. Because Dipset, Let Me Know, fire. I forgot about Let Me Know. Paid in Full, we can't say the movies. We would have no Vado. But listen, when we say Cameron, I don't know if y'all ever party in a club or certain places. This dude, straight up and down, Dipset has a set. Cameron has a set where you play his music for 40 minutes and it's all hits. Dipset Anthem, Jewel's Dip, Santana Set. You wouldn't have none of that. You wouldn't have Losing Weight with Prodigy. You wouldn't have none of those. Losing Weight. Cameron Losing Weight. Oh, man. Cameron, I Really Mean It. Fire. Welcome to New York City. Fire. Sports, Drugs, Entertainment. Fire. So, at the end of it all, Come Home With Me. So at the end of it all, in closing, I want y'all to put in the comments who y'all think gotta go out of these four. That's my opinion. I think Ja Rule gotta go. Not because he's whack, just because he's up against three other tough dudes. And if we're gonna take all of their discography away, Ja Rule has the weakest discography in comparison to them. It's not because Ja Rule is corny. It's just because DMX is dope. 50 Cent did a lot. Cameron did a lot. And I think Ja Rule got cut short at the legs because 50 Cent came and rolled on him. And the feds rolled on him and took the money away. And then they didn't really put nobody else on. They should have really worked with Cadillac Ty. They should have really, really worked with Black Child. They should have developed other artists out of that Murder Inc. camp. And they didn't. So, it is what it is. But, believe it or not, Ja Rule sold as many records as everybody else. Big records. Top 10 records. Now I'm talking about top 10, not this streaming shit. Top 10 where you had to go out and go to the store. Now, I don't mind today's times. I'm not mad at today's times. It is what it is. Streaming is what it is. You're streaming right now. But when people really had to get their ass up and go to the store, that was a different time for artists. So people getting free services and pushing the button and listening, that's something to brag about, but it's free. But when people had to get up and go camp outside of that record store, and people was selling 5 million and selling records, that shit was big. But at the end of it all, Ja Rule is not corny. He just up against some monsters in this category. So listen, shout out to Marley Velly Shakur. We're doing some work with him soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Marley Velly Shakur. So, we about to get the fuck up out of here. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all agree with me, cool. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. Let's just all respect each other's opinion. And let's talk music. Let's have dialogue. We talking about music. This is fun. We ain't always got to talk about beef. We ain't always got to talk about hate. We having a good time. I'm going to come back with more. One gotta go. Unfortunately today, Ja Rule, you gotta go. So before I go, let's have the proper etiquette. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And also, if you're new here and you never subscribe, even if you did subscribe, you got to hit that bell. And if you hit that bell, every time I'm going live, you will get the notifications that I'm going live. So you'll never miss the lives. You could always be in tune with what's going on the live. So you'll never miss a live. So you have to subscribe and you got to hit that bell. Also, follow me on all social media. As you see it right there, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Snapchat, Doggie Diamonds, Doggie Diamonds. That's it. Doggie, Doggie Diamonds. Get those likes up. Also, if you want to donate, you can donate. The PayPal link is in the description box. $1 goes a long way. $2 go a long way. I got some big announcements that I'm making. And, $1, it is what it is. $1 works just fine. If you want to be a Patreon and you want to donate monthly, you can do that. If you want to donate monthly via PayPal, you can do that. $1 goes a long way. I make it happen with $1. So whatever you want to do. Also, I got some new hoodies out. Some shit called Street Verified. I got some hoodies out called No Expectations, No Disappointments. I got some new hoodies out. Stop hating. You can go to shop.doggiediamondstv.com, look at the merch. All of that is in the description box. Also, before I go, let me make sure I tell y'all, Doggie Diamonds No Filter Podcast is on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. About to be on CBS. We moving there soon, so stay tuned. We'll be on CBS soon. We will be up in that building. And I got some big, big, big shit in store. So if y'all been down with me, rocking with me, for a while, y'all about to see some major shit go on. And I'm just thankful that y'all been rocking with me for a while and supporting me. So with that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. Make sure you subscribe to everything. And somebody said computers putin'. That's fucked up. But y'all the motherfucking best. You know what I'm saying? My chat room is live as always. And it's not about how many people you have, it's how many real people you have in here and how many real supporters you have. And I know I got some of the dopest supporters on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate y'all. So with that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. Y'all stay safe. I'll be back later on. We gotta talk about this voting thing, and y'all stay safe. I gotta get to editing. I ain't give y'all no original content in a while, so I got a lot of stuff I gotta put out. Because I've been working on other shit. I got some big announcements. So that's what it is. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I said knife. What the fuck? What the hell? I'm out of here. Peace.